So now we know the Bible and the Buddhist Sutra spoke of the same thing. So the only remaining question is how to find this self-nature, or this word, or this God. So to know God is to know this word. We come back to the conclusion, because the word was God, and everything was made by it. And then God made man in his own image. So we come from this word, or this God. Actually, the word, if the word was God, now we do some intellectual wrestling just for the sake of fun. Now, if the Bible says the word was God, or the word is with God, and then the word was God, then why didn't he just simply say, in the beginning was the word, or the word was God, or in the beginning was God? Isn't that more simple? Why does he have to say, in the beginning was the word, and then the word was with God, and then come back and then the word was God? Why didn't he say the word was God, or in the beginning was the word? Forget about God, or if there is God, then forget about the word. What is the complication for? Who knows? Please raise your hand. You know?
Before the vibration God was void.
Yeah, that's good. You enlightened. 1 point for you. An A for you. In America, A is good. Yeah. Okay. Oh, thank God. Otherwise, I make trouble. Yeah. Therefore, we learn from Buddhism as that they also say in the beginning there was nothing, non-existence, and then also we learn it from the Tao Te Ching, being Taoism. It also says in the beginning there was nothing, only Tao. And then the Ming, the name came. A name, that is a vibration. The word. In the West we say the word, and maybe in Chinese at that time they say the name. So the difference between the language makes us confused and make other religions separate and fight each other. This is a pity. We should not do so. And in the beginning, there was only God, or we call the love ocean, and there's nothing at all. No vibration, no light, no darkness, no thinking, no moving. And then the movement arose. That is the word, the vibration. And then everything became created. So actually, the word isn't God, but the word is God. Without God, there is no word, no sound. And without sound, we don't know God. That is what it is. Probably that's what it means. Just like the ocean, if there are no waves, it seems not like an ocean, but a big pool, a peaceful lake. Yeah, because the lake is peaceful and there are no waves. So the oceans have waves. We all know that. And the waves arise from the ocean, but the ocean actually has no waves. Is it clear? And also the same thing with all things in the ocean. The fish people, the squid people, yeah, and all the living beings and the non-living beings in the ocean also arise from the ocean. Is it not so? The temperature, the movement in the earth, and the combination of the oceans, the atmosphere, temperature, and movement make all things become existent in the ocean. But they are ocean-born. So similarly, the vibration arises in God's blissful ocean of mercy and love. And then all things combined with the force of nature. There are two forces then that arise. Any movement will kind of create a force, or two forces. One is the pro and one is contra. So we call in Chinese yin and yang. And we call it in Western terminology negativity and positivity. And so this negativity and positivity, when they are mixed together, are somehow integrated with each other, then they create the third thing. And that's how all things came into existence. I don't know if I am going too far. It's just like electricity. There are two poles. One is negative, one is positive. And when the plus and the minus are put together, then it has power. It's what we call electric power. And then it starts all movements, or light and everything else we need. Actually, electricity is neither positive nor negative. But without positive, without negative, we have no electricity. And so, the same with all things. God is neither good nor bad. He is only an ocean of indifference and love. He knows no hatred. He knows no dirty and no bad and no sins. Therefore, we call him the ocean of love and mercy. He discriminates not between the bad and the good, the beauty and the ugly. So we call him the ocean of love. But the ocean of love may be difficult for us to understand. Therefore, this vibration arose, and then the negative and the positive. Then so we have time to compare. And then we begin to understand what is good, what is bad, what is wisdom, what is ignorance then. But it is fun, no? It's fun. If there are no opposite forces, then probably we always be in ignorance. We cannot appreciate God's love and mercy. So it also has some purpose. There is another theory in Buddhism. People believe that there is no God. So the Catholic people call the Buddhists atheists. Is that the right word for it? Meaning non-believers, pagans. Huh? No, the Buddhists deny that they are atheists. They say, of course they don't believe in God, but they believe in Buddha. So both of them are fighting desperately, intellectually. I think the Buddha meant, when he said there is no God, he did not mean to believe in a non-God. He only meant that there is no personal God, or one who sits there and says, you are bad, you are good, and punishes this one and gives reward to that one. But what he meant is the ocean of love and mercy, which has no name. And the name which you cannot name is a real name. So actually all the countries, in different countries, people, enlightened people are speaking in a different fashion. And so the unenlightened people are easy to get into confusion. Besides, there is a big mechanism of priestcraft. Unenlightened priests and priestcraft, which scare people into all kinds of things in order to catch the devotees for their own selfish motive or their own desire and thirst for power and fame, and that's the only reason. If they were all enlightened, then they could respect all kinds of religious scriptures and understand how to go inside and get themselves in contact with God and then know all things without having to refer to the language. That is what Lao Tzu called knowing without knowledge. And then he also say the wise are similar to the ignorant. Anybody understand this? Why is that you become so wise and then you look like an ignorant? You know? Anyone knows? I give you $5. $10? No? Priceless answers. Nobody knows. Yes. Oh, behind you is first. So maybe. Yeah, that's you. That's you. I'm sorry, he's first. Yeah.
Because it's really wise and not really wise. Wise does not say anything to show that he's wise because he doesn't show it. So people can get it.
Yeah, I got it. I got your idea. He means that the wise one knows that the stupid one would never agree with him anyhow. Is it not so? Yeah, because he's doing things and seeing things so differently. So he does expect the stupid ones to understand him. Therefore, whatever the stupid ones say, the wise man says, yeah, maybe like that. Okay, you carry on. Is it not so? Yeah, this is similar like that. And do you have any different ideas?
I thought it could mean that the more you learn, the more you study, the least you really, less you really realize from that. It can appear very good now, because you don't make comments.
Oh.
Without any depth.
Yeah, that's it. That is also true. He says the more one learns, the more one realizes how ignorant one is. And so one stops chatting and then stop making comments and making discussion. Yeah, one becomes more humble, that's right. So it looks like one learns more and becomes more stupid, more ignorant, more humble. But actually, I think he means we're more humble. That is the more correct word. Yes. Actually, the more one learns, the more humble one becomes. Because one realizes that everyone has God's nature, has the Buddha's wisdom, and one can learn from each and every one of our neighbors. And one can respect and love each and every one of the human beings encountered on the street. So one becomes actually more humble. Maybe Lao Tzu means one becomes more humble. That's what it means. Yeah, I do agree with you both. So I think later you'll get $10 from me. Oh, you have to do it for free. You cannot always wait for the prize. But anyhow, I have said it, so you get it. Yeah, this is good.